Hi, my name is Harrison Burns, and today I'll be interviewing Garrett Barden. I'm 22 years old, and this is for Grieving Teens. Garrett, thank you for joining me.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Garrett, now go ahead and tell us your age, your occupation, what you do.
I'm 23 years old. I'm a United States Marine, and right now I'm having a conversation with you, which are hard.
Awesome. So I have a couple questions for you if you don't mind me answering them, or if you don't mind answering them for me, rather. Okay, so how did you originally find the group at Plum Desert High School, which you attended?
So I originally found the group through my brother. He was already attending the grief counseling group, and I met Tom, I believe, somewhere outside the room that he was just having the thing. I went to go up to my brother. He introduced me to Tom. I shook hands, and he told me what the program was about, and I was like, sounds like a good thing. He asked me to come to the next session, and I believe it was the following Wednesday that it was there. I went and didn't regret going. Actually, it turned out to be a very positive experience for me.
So my next question is actually tied in with your first one. Why did you originally attend? What was your story? What were you dealing with? What was your grief?
So my grief came from the depression I was feeling back then. My family was going through a rough patch. My father had mentally abused my mother. My mother wanted to kill herself. There was a bunch of other major issues that had led up to that, between my father's financial debt that kept crumbling down on us. Couldn't seem to catch a break, and it just was overwhelming in that sense. And almost losing my mother was, really hard for me. I couldn't imagine what would have happened, and I didn't know what to do with any of that stuff. I felt in a rut, and I decided to take up Tom's offer when he told me to come to the next session. At first I wasn't going to do it. I was like, oh yeah, be polite. But then he told me to go for it. I went, and I was able to talk and hear other people's stories and be able to tell my side and get that grief out and use it as a positive manner.
So would you say that you were dealing with some father void as well, without your father in your life, and you were trying to struggle to become your own man and achieve your goals in the process as well?
Yes, definitely. Even though I didn't have my dad in my life, I felt I had some really good father figures. Tom was actually a great influence on my life. He helped me out through a lot, and I was able to find who I thought could fit that fatherly role through other mentors, through my running coach, through Tom, who was able to help show me to use my grief. And not only was it the fact that I was depressed, but I was super angry. I was extremely volatile. I was, kind of a jerk to my family after a while, because I'd have short snaps, and I'd figure, this grief stuff, I don't think it'd be for me, not for like anger management, but believe it or not, the grief group also helps in a manner that was not just for talking about loss or sorrow. It was able for me to express how I felt in my anger and my sadness.
How do you think the grief group has helped you move forward with your life? Do you think it's helped you in other places that you wouldn't have originally seen while you were attending?
It helped me a lot in regards to, I'm able to talk more openly about how I feel about certain things, but I'm also able to help understand and have other people understand what does it mean to have these emotions, these grief, these anger, this sadness, in a whole new light that I wouldn't have otherwise. I've helped some of my friends, even in the Marine Corps. I've talked them down from suicide. I've talked them out of, making bad mistakes through anger. And it's helped me become more broad in understanding of the world around me in a new light, which I don't think I would have had that understanding if I was not attending the grief group, or if I didn't do it when I did throughout my time in high school.
Thank you, Garrett. I really appreciate all this. So you say that your confidence and especially your social skills have improved despite dealing with all this because you attended the grief group.
Tremendously, yes. It is a new experience to be able to, talk to people about certain issues that you wouldn't think you could talk to them about. And having people that understand what you're going through or feel like they can understand, and then hearing somebody else who is going through what could be a rougher time than you, it's all treated equal there. It's all treated the same because everyone understands what pain, sorrow, anger, all that feels like. Everyone has a way of conveying these emotions to people, but not many people want to take that step and talk about it.
Garrett, you've been really insightful. Thank you so much. We actually have one more question for you. Do we have your consent to actually use this in a professional manner for the Grieving Teens program to support them?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Garrett, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
Anytime. Thank you for having me.